This song, this is by Everclear. I'll Buy You a New Life here on 90.1 Mount Rock FM, where the world comes to rock. Sounds like a really good pickup line. That's what we were talking about. Anyway, so Chris, rumor has it. Now I know why you kind of jumped into this program because you ended up winning a contest. Yeah. And you wanted to get your feet wet in radio a little bit. So I think it's fascinating. I want you to tell.
Tell about it.
Tell all.
First, Tony says I should call it a competition, not a contest. Right? Because I feel like contest, competition.
They're kind of similar, but I think there's a reason why they name it contest.
They're synonyms.
Just synonyms.
I won a contest. I won a contest with Dish Nation. Anybody, if you like entertaining television, maybe you watch it. It's on every day, Monday through Friday on Fox.
Yeah.
From like 6 to 6:30 or something
like that. Yeah.
And Dish Nation, they go out and they film radio stars.
Yeah.
Heidi and Frank here in L.A., Kid Craddock, Ricky Smiley, the Ricky Smiley Show. I think they're in Philadelphia.
They're kind of all
Kid
over.
Craddock, I think, is up in Seattle.
Yeah.
So they film all these guys, and then they give them these subjects to talk upon, these Dish Nation subjects, and then they sort of mash them together. They cut them up and put them in a television show. These guys crack wise on stuff, and it's real funny.
Right.
So I'm listening to Heidi and Frank one morning, just for the halibut, and as my grandpa would say, and they say, Dish Nation co-host for a day contest. Well, I know I'm getting into school for radio broadcasting. I know I'm putting all my heart and soul into it. I'm jumping in feet first, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, well, let me give it a try. Let me do a little bit more investigation. So I jump on. It's a Facebook page, and it says, we're going to give you guys a story every day. You come onto this page, you look at it, we're going to give you a story to comment on. You give us 20 to 30 seconds of your take, your bent, your commentary on it. Record it, submit it on YouTube. If it's not too dirty, filthy, and FCC approved, we will put it on a page, and everybody gets to view it. So I did that. I put in, there was like a 3-week contest. Yeah. I think in 3 weeks I put up like 15 videos. I did 1 or 2 a day. I would just write. The ideas would come to me, so I wrote. I mean, I love to write anyway, so I'd write the stories down. They'd sort of mull around in my head. Some interesting angles to take would come up on it. And, and then I just jump on my computer and record them and load them up. And
there you go.
Sure enough, I ended up winning the grand prize.
That's crazy. Now, how many people were you contesting against?
Yeah, I'm gonna say how many people was I contesting against? See, now I see why you wanted to use competition.
Yeah.
I would say it had to be close to 100 people.
Wow.
Probably that were submitting, and it was cool that you got. Now, listen, some people submitted one video and petered out.
Right.
Some people were right there neck and neck with me, submitting lots of videos. And some people submitted 5. So. Yeah. The cool thing was once they approved it, it went up on this page, and you got to see your competition.
Oh, cool.
So
that's cool.
And for me, it was cool because, listen, out of maybe 100 people that submitted, I'm going to say there was 4 or 5 that were that I would consider worried about.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are good too.
Yeah.
But I just ran with it. I was like, look, I'm going to win this. In my mind, I said, I'm going to win this. I'm going to do what it takes to win it.
That's cool.
And to me, it was, you got to be different. You got to do some things that are out of the box, come at it from different angles. And so, and it ended up working because most people did their sort of like best Adam Carolla impression, I guess.
They were like trying to be somebody else, like impersonate.
Well, and not even,
do you think? Or, I mean, like, because you get in your head, like, who, I like this DJ, like, I like Wolfman Jack. So every time you pretend to be a DJ, you're going to act like Wolfman Jack.
Right.
Or you're going to act like, Frank from Heidi and Frank, or, whoever,
You got to find your own voice, but what I think I mean by that, because these people sort of had their own voice, I just think that that each story, they took the same angle on it. In other words, it was, here's a story about Kanye West running headfirst into a wrong way sign. I'm going to do a 30-second rant about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. And then here's a story about Pat Robertson saying women should cook hotter meals and dress sexier so their husbands won't cheat on them. I'm going to rant and rave about that for 30 seconds.
Right.
And here's a story about handicapped people escorting people through Disneyland. I'm going to yell and scream and rant about that.
Right.
So they just took the same angle every time. It's like, let me tell you what I find wrong with this.
Right.
Let me tell you what what I did. I did all kinds of weird stuff. Like I did for the handicap story. I dressed up as I dressed up as a blind man. I put sunglasses on, and I had and I had a walking stick. You know, for one story where a deer gets hit by a car, I dressed up like a redneck, and I did one hell of a redneck voice.
Nice.
And I did a story on that, and I rapped one of them. I remember the rap.
Oh, do you? You want to share?
I don't really want to, unless you really want to hear it. But
I do. Or are you going to make me go on YouTube?
As a matter of fact, I remember all of these. First of all, you're supposed to watch my video.
I know, you're supposed to show it to me. But just the other day.
Anybody listening, you want to see it, it's on YouTube. It's called Dish Nation Video Combination.
I'm writing this down.
It's about 7.5 minutes. It's all meant to be, it's not all funny. A couple of them are sort of taking a serious bent on things. But for the most part, it's meant to be enjoyable. It's meant to be funny. I'm trying to come at everything from a comedic angle. And yeah, some of it might be a little bit offensive, though. Just a little bit of a warning. No dirty words, no nothing like that. I couldn't get that through. But, you know, like I said, it's in my nature to be shocking once in a while. So,
which is shocking because you do not look like somebody who would be shocking.
Right.
That's
yes.
what's shocking.
But you know what? I just, after being made fun of a tremendous amount growing up and sort of just, and being a poor kid, we were talking before, you put tinfoil up against the window.
Yes.
I mean, I grew up in a fifth wheel. You know what a fifth wheel is? That's a trailer that you hook up to a vehicle so you can haul that trailer somewhere else.
That's right.
And not only that, but my trailer park was on the fence that separated my elementary school from the trailer park.
Oh,
so
man.
you could only imagine. I mean, listen, I made do with it. I made some great friends and I learned a ton. But somewhere along the line, once you get into high school and you get poked at enough, and then you get into college and you get sort of resilient, you get Teflon about things, and then you just have that like sort of F-off attitude of, I'm going to say whatever I want. If you don't like me, take a hike. Yeah, right. Yeah, megabite me.
Megabite.
If you don't like us, megabite us.
That's the other side.
Yes.
You can't keep taking their stuff.
So now what happens is I go in on Tuesday.
Yes. Oh yeah.
This was like a couple of months ago, easily a couple of months ago that I won this contest.
It was the beginning, because I met you probably the beginning of the semester, like maybe a weekend.
Yes. No. I had already won it before I started.
Yeah, but I
school.
mean, but when Tammy brought you over to us and said, we want, put this guy in the air, teach him what, get him on there.
Yeah.
That was about a week in the semester, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was about a week in the semester. Yeah. I had told her, she was probably maybe the third person I had told that I won this thing. Wow. I've been keeping it under wraps till now because I'm not big on,
look at me, I won.
Right. And not only that, don't really need the criticism. I won the contest. Right. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to enjoy myself. Yeah. Anybody that I think else might enjoy it. I've told all my friends that I think would enjoy it. But but I told Tammy, I said, hey, look, I'm going on the air with Heidi and Frank. At the time, I thought it was all day. It's not all day. It's a couple hours that I'll be on.
Okay. What do you know the hours?
Which I'm upset at Dish Nation for. That I'm going to tell you that here in a second.
Okay.
Because Dish Nation co-host for a day. What does that make you think?
Yeah, for the whole day, or at least for the whole show that they're on.
Day.
So it's a 4-hour show. You're on for 4 hours.
Absolutely. So,
I
I made my feelings clear on that, and for them to make their intentions more clear next time they do this contest. Yeah. But I told Tammy, I said, I'm going on there. I could use some time behind the mic. Now here I end up getting my own show and all that. It's fantastic. So
the joys of summertime in college radio. You can have whatever, do whatever you want. We don't care.
It all worked out just wonderfully, and I do get to go on the air with Heidi and Frank, and I get to shout to all of Greater Los Angeles and Southern California.
Woohoo!
They got me a room. They got me a suite at the Four Seasons.
That's,
right over next to there.
It's
in
sweet,
Hollywood.
Man.
Yeah, they got me $150 stipend there at the suite. So I'm going to order the largest, most luscious steak.
Are you gonna do like room service?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you. I got to see what they have there. I think Four Seasons. I've seen the Four Seasons. Those places are nice.
They're nice.
So maybe I'll just, blow $100 on their gift shop and pull a bunch
You
of stuff
should
out
get.
of there.
You
and
should.
50
You
bucks
should
on
get
dinner.
get a robe.
Get a
That'd be
robe.
nice. A Four Seasons robe, and then wear it in.
I'm going to
over
get.
here
I'm
on
going to get a
Wednesday.
robe. I'm going to get a robe and towels and
Yeah.
pillows
Yeah.
and possibly blankets and their Bible. There's no doubt I'm going to get all of that. I'm just not going to pay for anything. You know
You mean
what I'm
you're
saying?
gonna be a nice duffel bag?
No, I'm not a thief.
No.
But yeah, I'll probably get a robe. Good point.
Yeah.
And what happens is I will meet an escort and I'm talking about a normal escort.
Okay, you have to say we should define escort because it's not like
Everybody
they're
get your
paying for
mind out of the
it.
gutter.
Yeah, where are you going with that?
She meets me there at 4:45 in the morning.
Ooh.
It's Heidi and Frank, and I always want to say Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.
Yeah, because they used to have Frosty.
They record from 5 to 6. They record Dish Nation stuff. See, now most people don't know this because they're just not up that early.
Well, yeah.
They think of the show from 6 to 10, but the show's actually from 5 to 11.
Oh.
So they record Dish Nation segments on the radio. They do it behind a mic, and and then they do a show from 6 to 10. They do their show, which I won't be in on except for a very, very small portion, which is basically
okay, well, then I
just
don't
to
have
say,
to get up and listen.
you don't even worry about it. Don't waste your time.
I'm not gonna.
But you better watch the show.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, tell me when. Tell us
It
when it
goes
airs.
the next day, Wednesday.
It
So
airs
I
on
go
Wednesday?
in on Tuesday.
Oh.
I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Today's Tuesday's
It's like
the
August
29th.
2nd or something. Tuesday's the
Tuesday's
29th.
29th.
You're right. Yeah, and then Wednesday's the 30th. So it airs Wednesday the 30th from 6 to 6:30 on Fox.
Okay.
I think it's
DVR.
6 to 6:30. Check Dish TV, DVR it.
Now I have to write this down too.
So that's why I hope I have a face. You told me I don't have a face for radio.
No, you don't have a face for radio, which is actually a compliment because people go, you have a face for radio, you know, because you don't see the faces. So
you think my face will not scare people
it
away
will not
on
scare people. You're going to
television?
have a whole new following on Facebook, I think.
You
after
think
this.
so?
I'm pretty doggone sure.
Well, in those videos, one video I did because one of the stories was how the media is using shirtless men to promote consumer products, and then I took my shirt off and I did the story as a shirtless man.
Oh my goodness!
Talking about how appalling I was that the media keeps using shirtless men, and right. So you see what I'm talking about? All these different
irony
angles
of
I
it,
took.
you know,
Sure.
yeah.
I did one about Justin Bieber where he had $300,000 stolen from him in Africa, and I talked about how upset I was about that because he's such a gentleman to all women. He performs at all his concerts no matter what. He said all those wonderful things about the Holocaust victim and Frank, and now someone takes $300,000 that he would have likely given to charity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, all those.
I'm checking this video out.
Yeah, I did one when they had announced that Beyonce was pregnant with her second child, where I had to apologize to Jay-Z because it was a crazy night. I was being a beautiful liar. She started to check up on it. I don't have a halo. We went and worked it out, and now my dream girl's having Destiny's Child. So,
it's no wonder you won. I doubt there's people that went that far.
Right, yes. Well, the stuff just came to me, too. You know, it's not like I forced it. It was actually quite easy. And one of those signs, I'm a big believer in sort of the universe giving you signs in life about whether you're on the right track or not. And when I said I'm really interested in radio, I've listened to 15,000 hours of it. And then for everything to flow so smoothly to win that contest, and then to get into Tammy's class, which was full, and the wait list was full, and I got in on it.
Yeah.
And now I'm on the air.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels so natural and it feels so good.
Right, and you've just taken to it like fish to water, which is what a lot of us have talked about, you know. So you got that. You got a lot of people who have been here for a while that really are like, man, that guy's good. Who is he? He just jumped right on, and he's so natural.
Well, like I said,
like Chris Murray yesterday coming in here going, your flow is just right there, and that's very high compliments. Chris he's an award-winning broadcaster here.
Yeah.
So he's he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
so.
And I appreciate all of it.
Yeah.
More than anything, I appreciate the opportunity. So I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I really believe that thinking about it first is the biggest step, and then.
Well, what was your inspirational quote?
Well, that's a good question.
You know what? I think it
you
comes
think it's
right
applicable?
into this.
How weird would that be?
That'd be so weird. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
All right, let's see.
You find it again.
Oh, that's the brightest flashlight. That's not the one.
Holy crap.
They look very similar. Do you have that app, the brightest flashlight?
No, I'm going to have to get one.
Daily inspiration. Begin. Every accomplishment begins with the decision to try. Well, I've made the decision to try.
You made a decision, and you're accomplishing it, And looks like you're doing it.
I am. I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it. Doing it right. So, any other questions? We got to take a break. Is anything else you're curious about? You got the down and dirty?
I got the down and dirty. We all know, and now I know when it's going to air. I'm going to make sure I set my DVR because I may not be home during that time, but I'm going to watch it.
And if
I
you
know
want,
him.
And if you want to tune in to 95.5 KLOS,
yes,
world famous
KLOS
rock station. You got to turn in from 5 to 6, and then I may pop in on the show. Listen. I am going to go take advantage of every opportunity. I'm bringing in a demo tape. I just did that interview with Ken Korak. I'm throwing that over to the contacts I have via email.
Yeah.
Over there, hey, take a look at this. And I am bringing in some cuts from our show, and I'm going to say, here's who I be, here's who we be, here's what.
You know what? And I really
probably won't go anywhere because it's still a fledgling, but
whatever. This is out there.
What the hell? I'm not scared.
But what I do think is that once they get you on the air, I'm pretty sure they're going to pull you in the show maybe a little bit more than you think.
You think so?
I have a good feeling about that.
If I go in there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and try to do my radio thing,
do your thing, be who you is, and they're going to be like, what?
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
Or they might not. They'll be afraid of you. They go, we're not bringing this kid in. He's after our job. All right. Oh, boy. So where are we going? We're going on a break?
Yeah, we're going on a break.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I see. You know what? I was pressing play for the wrong song. We're going on a break. We're going to do a little Stone Temple Pilots here.
Nice.
You were listening to What's Happening on 90.1 Mount Rock, where the world comes to rock. And I hope you guys. So now everybody, how many people do you think we got listening? It's at least 100,000, right?
At least, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
It's on the internets.
Watch me. Oops.